Have you ever wondered why some vlogs capture more attention than others? Today we're gonna dive into that, how to take a vlog from everyday to cinematic. And no, it's not about high-end gear or crazy effects. It's something a lot more simple, but super powerful. So stick with me and I'll share some tips that massively improve my own vlogs. So first up, let's speak about what exactly is a cinematic vlog. Let's break it down. A vlog at its core is kind of like a self-directed, self-edited video that has a casual and intimate vibe. So it's basically like giving people a little peek into your life. The charm of a vlog, in my opinion, comes from its direct connection that you can create with your audience, and especially when you're talking right into the camera, breaking that fourth wall. It feels very personal and almost like a one-on-one conversation. But when you add the word cinematic to it, we're stepping into a whole different realm. Cinematic is a style that is borrowed from the world of Hollywood filmmaking. We basically blend this personal, intimate style with more sophisticated filmmaking techniques. And this means paying attention to things like your shot composition, the way you edit, and the story you're telling. It is about elevating like the everyday into something that feels a little bit more engaging, and that's what we're going to dive into today. How to infuse your vlogs with this cinematic quality, making them not just boring videos, but more captivating stories. Don't get too hung up on the technical things and all of these like fancy camera terms. These are all kind of secondary, because one thing is a lot more important, and that is storytelling, which is kind of the heart and soul of any cinematic vlog. It's basically what turns your video from a series of like random clips into a more compelling narrative that can hook your viewers and keep them watching. When I go back in time and kind of reconsider the first couple of videos that I made, I think they had all of the elements. Nice shots, decent quality camera gear, but I feel in retrospect that something was missing. They all felt a little bit flat. So when I rewatched them, I realized that it was just like a sequence of random shots with no real story. So now, whenever I shoot a vlog, I try to capture not only the most beautiful moments, but also little challenges that I faced along the way. And I think that makes it more relatable. So all of a sudden, it's not only about where I travel or what I do, it's about finding a common thread in your experiences and weaving them into a story that makes sense. Finding a story sounds a bit intimidating, but it doesn't have to be a complicated one. If you include some kind of micro-narrative, that is typically more than enough. Let me give you an example. I spent a day on this amazing small island trying out some camera gear like the new Mavic Mini 4. On this trip, I also wanted to include some film photography as a small part of the theme. It's quite simple but effective. So here is how I included that into the video. Got myself one of these disposable cameras. I got myself one of these disposable cameras. It's only 36 exposures, so let's see what photos I'll be able to take over the course of this trip. Wow. Just cruising around the island, kind of see what's up over here. Hopefully I can find a restaurant. Let's see how that goes. So beautiful right here. Now, as I said, embracing spontaneous moments is really key in vlogging, but there is also tremendous value in pre-planning, especially when you're aiming for that cinematic feel. It doesn't mean scripting every single moment, it's more about having a rough concept in mind, and it could be as simple as just kind of deciding the theme of your blog, the locations that you want to visit, or even just thinking about the title beforehand. Particularly when on travels, things are often super hectic, so it really helps you to manage your time more effectively, and it ensures that you capture all of the necessary footage without missing out on important stuff and so on. And at the end of the day, I think it's all about striking a balance between being spontaneous and having a very broad plan. Still have loads of photos left on this camera, so I'm gonna cruise a little bit more and take a couple more pictures on this beautiful island. Now, even with the best pre-planning, things don't always go as expected in vlogging. Now, maybe you missed filming a very crucial thing, or perhaps some footage didn't turn out as you had hoped for, and this is where improvisation and post-production techniques like voiceovers or desk recaps become really valuable. So for example, if you had missed filming a very important part of your story, you could simply record a voiceover afterwards to fill in the gaps. And this not only keeps your narrative flowing, but also adds a layer of personality. Voiceovers and recaps really allow you to weave your story together cohesively and also give you the chance to add context or additional information that you have not thought of in the particular moment. Hello.
Cooking, please.
Wow. Just gonna have some lunch here. So thirsty. I want to talk about another thing, and that is staying true to your own style. And I think it's one of the most important things in a vlog. Now, when it comes to finding inspiration for your vlog, it is super tempting to look at stuff that what is trending on YouTube, for example. However, this can sometimes lead you to like drawing a little bit too much inspiration and kind of subconsciously mimicking others. So I would try to avoid this and instead try to find sources outside of YouTube. So for example, more artistic platforms like Vimeo, I think they can help a lot, but overall the popular storytelling patterns are often completely identical in stuff like books, TV shows, films and so on. Plus, last but not least, you want to choose a topic that suits you. I personally like to talk about camera stuff because that is where my natural interest lies, and you can't just fake it or make it up if you're not excited about a particular topic. I think the enthusiasm will shine through anyway, so you gotta be authentic. Remember, originality always stands out, so instead of trying to replicate someone else's success, focus on telling your own stories in your own way, and that's what set your content apart on the long term. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been such a pleasure. If you found this valuable, feel free to hit the like button and check out this playlist right here. With that said, I'm gonna watch the sunset right over there, and I'll see you guys one of the next videos.